Hello, so I'm just responding to Crispychu2's comment they left on my anti-Mormon debate video. He says, well, first off, Crispychu, I'm assuming Chris, fan of Pokemon, but he's not the first Chris a fan of Pokemon, so it's Crispychu2, maybe? Or maybe Pichu is last name. Sorry if I botched that. But anyways, hey Skylar, I am anti-Mormon and an apostate, etc. Was never a member or anything. Hopefully you approve my comment and respond for public discussion. I'm going to try to be respectful this time because I want to get some clear answers from you on a couple topics. Oh, there's my son. Hey. As you can see, he loves mommy. Anyways, when you receive what you call a personal revelation confirming what something is true, excuse me. Alright, I'm back. Little bun was hungry. Anyways, so back to Crispychu2's question. When you receive what you call a personal revelation, confirming that something is true, what is it that you receive exactly, and what is that like for you? Could God make you believe something was true if it was not true? Cool. Well, thanks, Crispychu. Yeah, revelation is a cool experience. I would say recognizing it is probably, actually I would say it is the most important thing that you could do in your entire life. And being able to recognize when revelation is coming and when it's from God or when it's just a good thought of your own, or whether it's just your conscience or the light of Christ. And a lot of those are intermingled but not the same, you know. So I can clarify that in a different video if you'd like, but basically receiving an answer from God requires three things. One, belief that you can receive an answer from God. Two, the willingness to act on the answer you receive. The willingness to recognize that you are less than God, that His knowledge is greater than yours, and so you have to realize that your wisdom is not His wisdom. And then the last thing is faith in Jesus Christ. And if you have those three criteria, you are entitled to receiving guidance from the Holy Ghost in all things in life. So hopefully you're familiar with your conscience or gut feeling, intuition. And for me, what I do is when I have a question that I want to ask God, I search it out. I kind of come up with my options and what I think are the best options on my own. And then in my mind's eye, I'll kind of like propose both ideas to God, and I'll kind of search it out and pray and ask God, okay, I've got these two options. If it be one of these that I should do, then enlighten my mind, help me come to a conclusion that this is the right way, or that this is the thing I should do. And sometimes it's something completely different, something I didn't even think of before, that I'll feel impressed to look onto or to research more. And so, I don't know, it's kind of like going on a journey in your mind's eye and letting God direct you where to go. It's a really neat experience, and something that you'd have to experience firsthand to really understand what I'm talking about. But a lot of people that I speak to that have had experiences with God and and receiving answers, they do a similar thing where they'll search it out, they'll think about what they feel is best, and then they'll pray and ask God which way they should go. And one of them just kind of gets highlighted, and the other one kind of drops out of view, and you just go forward and realize that, okay, I don't understand exactly why, but that God's wisdom is smarter. He's smarter than I am, and he has greater knowledge than I do. It's kind of like my little baby boy here. Maybe he wants to play on the table, but I don't think that's a good idea, and so I put him down, and he starts to cry and whine and thinks I'm mean for not letting him play on the table. But with my a little bit more experience and wisdom, I can recognize that playing on the table isn't a good idea. So a lot of times, God's the same way. He'll tell us to do things or not to do things, and people might cry or whine. And so He'll allow us to do things, even if it's detrimental to us, so that we can learn. But He will always warn us. And so that's why we have all those commandments and all those things the Mormons can't do, because God knows that ultimately those things bring greater suffering than they do bring us happiness. So